taking on another day. With the ups and the downs, my heart will never stray.
Hey everybody, this is Captain Michael Nastasio with Black Gold Charter, coming to you here from I Hunt Dead Things. I'm also a part of that group. What I'm going to be doing today is cleaning a couple of the Megalodon teeth that I found the other day. So there's we're going to get some shots here of Casper. He has a hard time staying out of the action. Can't blame him. A fun guy to be around, I guess. I don't know. So first thing that I do, here's the teeth that we're going to be cleaning. There's this one here. It's not too bad. It's got a lot of stuff on it, but it's not the bad growth that I've seen before. The coral and the matrix stuff is the hardest to get off. This one looks awful, but it's really not as bad as it looks because the type of growth that's on there comes off pretty easy with the butter knife. So we're gonna get the, oh, he just jumped. He just jumped on me. Like, there you go. There's my cat. I told you he was gonna get in on the action. So apple cider vinegar is what I use. I get the cheap stuff, the great value from Walmart. Do not get the unfiltered. The unfiltered is like the natural stuff. The filtered one is, I think it's a little more potent and it's not as expensive. So I use about 1 part apple cider vinegar to what would be about 4 parts of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this poured up, and then I'll meet you back over where I'm gonna clean the tooth at, or the teeth. Thank you. All right, back here at the table, ready to do the cleaning. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you the tools that I use real quick. My high-tech, fancy tools. I've got Hyper Tough from Walmart, wire brush, okay? Same brand, wire, or Hyper Tough, I think is what it's called. This is just a pick. It's got a 90-degree angle on it with a sharp tip on it. Just a pokey end. It's not a cutting tool. And a super fancy butter knife. These are what I use every single time, no matter how bad the growth is on there. Some people use a wire wheel. I don't like it. I feel like you just have to get out of control too fast. So my cat's back in on the action. Of course, there's his butt. Everybody loves it, it's cute. So first thing I do in the apple cider vinegar water mixture, I'm gonna go ahead and put the first tooth in. Just put it in there and let it sit. Second tooth, drop it in. I already know right now I'm gonna leave this tooth that has all the white stuff on it in there longer each time. But basically what I'm gonna do is let it soak for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna get all the stuff off that will come off with the initial soak. And in between soaks, what I like to do is put the tooth that I'm working on into fresh water while I'm in between teeth. So that way it's not just continually sitting in the apple cider vinegar water mixture. And that's to keep it from what I call burning, burning the enamel on the tooth. We don't want to do that. It changes the color and it takes the sheen off of it. So I'll get back at you here in a minute after we let it soak for a minute. See ya. All right, ready to take the first tooth out here. So it's been soaking for about 5 minutes. It's nice and wet. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna prop this camera up here and hopefully give you guys, just so you know, I'm using a Megalodon tooth to angle the camera down so we can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'll try to do it close to the camera. So first thing I do the super, I call it the, what are we gonna call it? The power scrub with the butter knife. And I don't use the serrated side on the butter knife. I use the flat side on the top. So I just go over it. I know it sounds pretty abrasive on the tooth itself, but it does not scratch the enamel the way I do it. I mean, I'm sure somebody could put enough pressure on it to have it damage part of the tooth, but I'm careful enough that, look at that one, just fell off. I'm careful enough that I know, you know, how much pressure to actually put on it without damaging it. So that stuff there comes off so easy. we're gonna get to see how pretty this tooth is here in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna quit talking to you and just let the camera do the work here so you can actually see the process. Some of this stuff here, if it doesn't want to come off with the initial scrape, I give it a little pick with that edge and it pops them right off.
You take my breath in so many different ways. With the calm in your heart, you keep in my mind at bay. Losing touch with what I used to say, and finding you in every word I pray. All of my days and all of my years, I can't stop thinking about you. All of my struggles and all of my fears, I couldn't do it without you. So let me take your hand, I'm here to stay.
I'm gonna give it another dip here real quick, just to keep it wet. Stuff on the root, I usually always use the pick. Seems to work a little bit better than the butter knife on the root.
You help me live this way. With the ups and the downs, my heart will never stray. Chasing thoughts, running wild throughout the day. With the calm in your heart, you keep in my mind at bay. Losing touch with what I used to say, and finding you in every word I pray. All of my days and all of my years, I can't stop thinking about you. All of my struggles and all of my fears, I couldn't do it without you. So let me take your hand, I'm here to stay. I remember the highlights, wine talks in the late nights. What we had was great, but somehow we needed change. When I saw you at a red light, took some time to get my head on right, thinking about our memories. I won't forget about me and you.
Alright, so we got the blade done. Blade's all clean. Serrations are there. I love it. It's got a little pathology there on the blade. Nothing big, but look at that thing gleaming. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work on the second tooth, and while I do that, I'm gonna soak the blade in fresh water and clean it off. And then I'm gonna take the, basically put the tooth in, root down, so that way the root is the only thing in the apple cider vinegar water mixture. That just helps all the funkiness come off the root. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back with you. All right, I've got the first big boy out of there, ready to tackle the root on it. So bear with me and we'll get it cleaned up.
We fell apart, but I will never undo. What you wrote on my heart stays true. I'm gonna wear it like a tattoo. I won't forget about me and you.
Surprise, surprise. somebody decided to come in and get on the action with the tooth cleaning too. Say hi, Casper. This is my little buddy. He likes to help. We'll get back to the tooth cleaning. All right, we're pretty much done with the initial clean on this, the big tooth I found the other day. There you go. Whole lot better than it was in a short amount of time. So what I'll do, those little white spots that you see on the root, I'll re-soak it, and I'll have to actually individually pick every little pore, because I don't leave any white residue on my roots. I take my time and do it right. So that's what you got there. It's looking pretty good. So keep in mind, some of the techniques that I used on this particular tooth, you wouldn't use on one that was maybe unstable or different composition of the root, like the Golden Beach Megs. You wouldn't use the same technique with that tooth because the density of the root is different. So when you're actually scraping it, you can actually scrape into it and gouge it, and that is something you definitely don't want to do. So I'd use the same tools, I just wouldn't be as aggressive and handle it in a different way. But I have not broken a tooth to date. I don't plan on breaking a tooth. Casper is not done being a movie star. So what I'll do is I'll do the little picking. I mean, that stuff, it's just meticulous. It takes a lot of time. So I'll go ahead and finish that up, and then when the tooth's all cleaned up, I'll go ahead and post pictures of both of them. And I'll see you at that point. All right, everybody, I've come to a point tonight where it's time to go to bed because I'm diving in the morning. So I will show you the two teeth. There's that one, the big boy. All clean. So basically what I'm gonna do is soak these in fresh water overnight to make sure I got all the apple cider vinegar out of them. So they turned out to be pretty good. This one way better than expected when I had all that growth on it. So I really like this tooth. It's really got that super slick enamel, good serrations. Classic Venice Meg there. So I'll soak them in fresh water, like I said, overnight, and then tomorrow after I get back from diving, I'll let the teeth sit out. They'll probably dry it'll probably take a full day for them to dry, and then I'll go ahead and put pictures up. All right, everybody, this is day 2. Got back from diving, got cleaned up and everything, got the teeth out so I could show you all somewhat final product. The roots, in my opinion, need a little more detail work on them to get them perfectly clean, but I think this is good enough for now. So here's the big boy.
Without your love, without your love, we can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit, but got that kind of loving that ain't counterfeit. It's foolish and useless without your love.
Little size comparison. All right, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And if you want to get out there and get you some of that black gold, you contact me. I'll get you out on the water for a small fee, of course. But I do offer custom trips and stuff, so reach out to me on Facebook right now or on I Hunt Dead Things, and we'll get you out on the water. See ya.
It's foolish and useless without your love.